Hello and welcome to PowerShell for Beginners, Part 3. Today we will discuss native commandlets that are built into PowerShell. And if you like this video, feel free to comment and give a thumbs up. In this episode we will cover commandlets, which are built-in commands that are native to PowerShell. We will also cover what objects are and how they are related to our commandlets, and explore what properties are. It's also important that we look at piping, as it is a mechanic that elevates your commands to the next level. Commandlets are the built-in commands that you can run in the console and in your scripts. When you are more familiar with PowerShell and how the so-called objects work, you can also stack commandlets in a long line using the pipe. They are named using the verb-noun structure, such as get help or get member. When you create your own functions, try to name them in such a manner to get used to this convention. In PowerShell, pretty much everything is considered an object. If you run the commandlet get service, you will get all the current services running on your computer. This is a snapshot in time, and the response you get is an object. Objects are instances of a class, and they have properties. Just like a ragdoll cat is an instance of the cat class with properties like weight and color. We can thus get properties from our object that get service returned to us. Put get service in parentheses and follow up with a dot to add which attribute you want to extract. You can, for example, put dot name, and it will only return the name properties of all services. Now that we've introduced the very basics of objects, we can now also show how such an object can travel through the so-called pipe. The pipe icon looks like this, and it's used to attach more commands, usually filtering and finally formatting commands. An example would be get service piped into select object with a flag property, and a property called name piped into sort object with a flag top and the value 10. What it does is that it first fetches all services, then only selects the name property of these, and finally takes the top 10. The object travels from left to right, and the common recommendation is to filter first before you format. We are now looking at some common commandlets, and we start with the get command. To get more out of this, you can filter further. You write get dash command, and then use the flag verb and add get. This gets you all commandlets and functions starting with the verb get. Commands starting with get is usually safer to run for a beginner than those starting with set, as this writes or changes data. The next command is get member. You can pipe an object into this command to see what options you have for that object. For example, get command piped into get member. The third command is get help. You write the command after get help to get a manual for that command. You can then add dash full or dash show window for as much information as possible. And on the screen you can see the example get help, get command with a flag show window. Some more useful commands are clear dash DNS client cache. This is pretty much the same as running ipconfig/flushdns. It's just a PowerShell version. The next commandlet is test connection. And this is the PowerShell version of ping, which allows you to test your connection to a website, for example. What you get in return is an object that you can investigate further. Another command that might be useful to know is clear-recycle-bin. And as the command name suggests, it clears your recycle bin. And advice is to add a single dash after your command and then cycle through various options available to you using your tab key, or Control plus space at the same time to see all the options at once. And that's it for this time. Thank you for watching this third episode in the 5-part series PowerShell for Beginners. And in the next episode we will introduce scripting in more detail and how you can work with those files. Take care.